In this video, we're going to take a look at a brand of guided prompt journals that is making over $24,000 every single month. We're going to look at how they did it so that you can do it too. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm really excited to share this brand of books with you in this video because I love looking at other publishers who are being really successful in their niche. I like to see what they're doing, what kind of books they're publishing, what sorts of marketing strategies are they implementing to get the sales they are getting. Are they doing something that I'm not or that I haven't tried before that I can also implement into my own publishing business? So I'm not looking at these brands or these books for you to go out and just copy their books. What we want to look at is we want to look at their strategies around their sales and marketing to see what's working for them and could it work for us too. The brand that I'm sharing with you today is a brand of guided prompt journals called Questions About Me. And they publish a series of books called Tell Me Your Life Stories series. A lot of the time when we say a guided prompt journal, we automatically think of things like mindfulness journals, meditation journals, or just generally journals revolving around the mental health space, but there are lots of niches outside of those that can have guided journals too. So let's take a look at these books. This is the series here, and in this current series they have 8 books. So we have Tell Me Your Life Story Mum, so that's the US version of Mum. We have one for Grandma, Dad, Grandpa, Nana, Papa, Granddad, and Mum. So Mum targeting more of the UK and Australian type of places where we say Mum, not Mom. We're going to have a look at their most popular book, which is the one targeting mums or mom. And they are, as the book describes, basically a mother's guided journal and a memory keepsake book. These books are just full of guided prompts. A guided prompt is basically just a question that prompts the person or the user of the book to write an answer to that question. The nice thing about these ones is that they are something that can be passed on to family members and things like that as a nice keepsake for the family to keep and know about this person, this member of their family. And it's just something really nice to have within the family and to pass on to younger generations as they come along. Especially good for if you are interested in family trees and things like that. And we can't see too much of the book in the look inside feature, but we've got some really interesting things like this little time capsule page where you can write out what particular things are like now, and then looking back at those things in maybe 20, 30, 40 years time, it would be really interesting to see the difference between things. Another way to see what's inside the book is just by photos that customers upload in their reviews. So we can see here this customer's uploaded a page showing what the inside of the book looks like. And to be honest, it's actually a little different to what I was expecting. I think I was expecting 1 prompt per page. It's got 3 per page, and there's a little place to write a short answer to the question. And so really, they're a very simple kind of book. There is not a lot in them in terms of a lot of design. The interiors are quite simple and quite basic. It's basically just a question with some lines underneath it. They're not hard books to create. Okay, so we've had a very brief look at the books, but you get the idea of what they're about, what this series is all about. Now, let's quickly take a look at how I came up with the figure of $24,000 per month in terms of how much this brand is making. Firstly, one thing I do just want to mention really quick. This publisher has a few different series of books. So this series of books are not the only books that they publish. I'm only looking at this particular one brand or one series in this video. So the publisher as a whole, across all of their books, all of their different series and different brands, are going to be making a lot more than $24,000 per month. And you'll see a little bit later on in the video how they've created their series and what makes them so successful. So if you're interested in creating multiple brands or multiple series, then make sure to keep watching. So first of all, I took a look at each book within this series and I noted down their BSRs. Now, the BSR is a bestseller rank. A bestseller rank is a number given to every book within the Amazon bookstore, and it basically determines that book's popularity within the Amazon marketplace. The lower the number, the better. You want that number as close to 1 as possible. If you are number 1, you are the number 1 book in the whole of the Amazon store, and you would be absolutely killing it. But basically, that's sort of how we determine how much a book is selling or how popular a book is, based on its bestseller rank. We use the BSR to estimate how many books a publisher might be selling in any given month. To do this, I use a calculator tool. They are free. There's a few of them online if you just Google Amazon book sales calculator. I personally just use TCK Publishing's sales calculator, and it helps just to estimate how many books will be selling according to the bestseller rank. All I do is head on over to this Amazon book sales calculator, and we enter in the details here of the book and its bestseller rank. So I did look at the bestseller ranks for each of the books earlier, and the top selling book has a bestseller rank of 487. It is a physical book, and so this calculator estimates that book is going to be selling approximately 3,605 books every single month. The next selling book had a bestseller rank of 1,843. So this book selling approximately 1,413 books each month. The third book had a bestseller rank of 2,745. So that one is selling approximately 1,048 books every single month. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I have gone through and entered the rest of the bestseller ranks into the calculator, and I've estimated the monthly sales for each of the books. In total, this adds up to 6,770 books per month being sold in this series. How does this all relate to money though? I guess the thing that you're probably most interested in is how much they are actually making, how they're making $24,000 or over $24,000 per month. And to work that out, we need to know what royalty each book is going to be making per book sold. And this is very easy to do as well. We just go over to the Amazon KDP support website and use their royalty calculator, which tells us the royalty a book will make. When I looked at each of their books, they were all exactly the same. Every book was 122 pages long, printed in black and white, and selling for $9.95 each. So we just need to pop this information into the calculator, and Amazon's royalty calculator would tell us that each of this series of books is going to make $3.66 for every book sold. So now we know that each book is making $3.66 every time one sells. And if they are selling 6,770 books per month, this equals a total of $24,778 per month. Just incredible. All that money for some in reality, fairly simple books. And they are simple books to make, and they would probably be very easy to make. But the difference with this particular series is that they have been very well thought out. And when they found a design that they liked and that worked and that customers liked, they just replicated it across all the books in their series. And these books were all published between April and November 2021, so they have only taken a couple of years to reach this point. Okay, so how did they do this? Firstly, when we look across the series of books, the thing that stands out the most is their branding. The covers of the books are all the same, the interiors are all the same. There is no mistaking that these books are all published by the same publisher. Next, when we take a look inside the books, I was very happy to see that they have this page at the front of their book offering some freebies, which is in an effort to build an email list. They have mentioned their website and social media as well. So let's go take a look at their off Amazon marketing efforts. First, let's head over to their website. Now, what a beautiful website. This is probably the best website I've seen in terms of a publisher on Amazon creating a website to promote their books and to promote their brand. So straight away, we can see that this website is about the Questions About Me books. And we can also see that they are creating this brand around creating conversation and connection with each other, with people that are important to the customer. We have a few of their books listed here on the homepage, and then another little piece of branding talking about that they are on a mission to end dull conversations and create meaningful discussions. So it's a really nice message that they're trying to portray with this brand around the reason why they've created these books. So they have some links up here. The main one being they have all their books listed on this website. We can see all the different books that they publish. And as I mentioned earlier, they have different series. So this is another series of books that they have, all guided prompt journals, all around this connection with family and people who are important to you or to the customer. They have a What I Love About You series, and they also have Questions About Me series. So these are all the same format. They're all just guided prompt journals. Now, one thing I noticed, these have links to them and they link to the book on Amazon, or I thought they linked to the book on Amazon. Now, one thing I've noticed when I click these links, they don't go directly to the sales listing page like I thought they would. So they have employed some sneaky little tactics here. So just a very quick sidetrack here, very brief explanation. With Amazon, there's more power in customers searching for a keyword, your book showing up in the search results, and then the customer clicking on it and eventually buying it, than there is for somebody just to click a link that was given to them that takes them to the Amazon sales page and then buying the book. Without going into too much detail in this video, because this is not what this video is about. If you want your book to show up in the search results, which is the goal of every product on Amazon, is to be at the top of the search results for a particular keyword or keyword phrase. So if, for example, you wanted your book to show up at the top of the search results for the keyword phrase guided prompt journal, then ideally you want customers to type that keyword in to the Amazon search bar and have your book show up and then click on it. And what this does is it tells the Amazon algorithm that your book is appropriate for that keyword or keyword phrase, and the likely actions that the customer is going to take from there is to then buy the book. Sometimes, to help with that, people create these links that are provided to off Amazon customers. So this is for customers who are not looking for your book on Amazon, but they have perhaps come to your website and they do want to buy your book and they want to go there as quick as possible. They don't want to have to search for the book and then try and go through all the search results and find it. So some people came up with this idea of creating these special little links that were pre-filled or had pre-entered keywords in them, and then add in some extra little special sauce to make it so that their book is the only book that shows up for those keywords when the customer clicks that link. And so the only option the customer has is to click on your book. And that's what this customer's doing. So they've created a link where when you click on their book shows up for the keywords gifts for mum. Then they've got some hidden stuff, which means that when we go to that link, their book is showing up for the keyword gifts for mum. But if you can see here, there are no other search results. And obviously there are going to be other books coming up normally under those keywords. So this is a special little sneaky tactic that they're doing to help their off Amazon marketing, to help push people from the website to Amazon to buy their book and their book only, not any of the other guided prompt journal books like this. Now, it's not a totally right thing to do. It is a little bit risky, but if you're interested in this kind of tactic and would like a separate video on how to do this, then let me know down in the comments below. I personally do not use this method myself. I do know how to do it, even though I don't do it myself. If you do want to know how to do it, let me know. And if enough of you want to see, I can create a extra video or a separate video just on that. Let's keep going. Next up, we'll have a look at some of the links that they've got in their website as well. We have a link which is going directly to what used to be the Author Central page, I guess, and is now this. This is sort of like a storefront for publishers now. So they have a link that goes directly to all their books that are available. We have a link to social media. So we've got a Facebook page, which doesn't have many likes or followers and no posts. So they're not doing anything with Facebook. We also have an Instagram account, just like Facebook, nothing going on there. So although they have links to social media and they've got links to their social media in the inside of their books, they're not doing anything with it. Now, on the inside of their book, they do have this additional free resources. So they are using these freebies, giving away these little free extra resources as a way to build their email list. Without knowing how many email subscribers they have to their email list, I would say it is going to be a fairly large part of their marketing. I did subscribe to their email list to see what their email marketing strategy is, but aside from receiving that first email, which was directing me to those free resources, I haven't received any further emails from them. So I'm not sure any further about how often they do email marketing and what they put in their emails. But I would be guessing that they would be using it to promote their other books, to promote new books that are being published and things like that. So the last thing that they could be doing is paid advertising. I was curious to see if they were advertising on Facebook, but considering there's no posts, they're not. And also you can see whether a page is running ads by going to this page transparency tab, and it will say here, this page is not currently running ads. If they were, it would say that they are running ads. So the next question is, are they running Amazon ads? And I did do a search for the keyword journal for mum. So I didn't use gifts for mum like they were trying to target from their website. But as we can see, the first set of branded ads that come up here are for this brand and for this series of books. So they are relying on ads to keep sales coming in. There is also a couple things that I do just want to point out and look at on their Amazon sales page where they're selling their books. I've talked in quite a few of my videos before about the power of having a series, and this is something newer that I've noticed on Amazon sales pages lately. Previously, when someone had a series and you wanted to see the other books within that series, you used to have to click this link, which is still there. You still can click this link and it will take you to all the books within this series. But now Amazon has this little section right here, right underneath the book, where the customer can see right at the top of the sales page all the other books in a series. And look, they can just click this button, one button here, and buy them all. You can add them all to the cart. You know exactly how much it'll cost to buy them all, and click this link once and you can buy every book and you don't even have to go searching for it. And this works because if we scroll down even further where we have this section directly underneath these series, we can see where we have this frequently bought together section. This section usually has books from different publishers. It's not usually that common to have frequently bought together from the same publisher. But in this case, customers are buying multiple books from this one series each time they place an order. So instead of getting one book sale per customer, they're getting multiple sales per customer. It's a much easier way. It's sort of that working smarter, not harder. Instead of trying to get more customers, you're just getting the customers you do have to buy more books. And the fact that this little link here to buy all the other books in the series is there is most likely contributing largely to the fact that people are buying more than one per order. The success of this series comes down to, number one, their impressive branding. I think that a lot of people ignore, or maybe more, they just don't realize the power of branding, and that's the power of really strong, consistent branding, along with the power of having a series. Their branding makes their books look so professional. And this example in particular, I think, just shows what branding can do if you just put in that extra effort to create a brand. It's probably the difference between a series doing okay, not too bad, and doing amazing. Also, all those little sales tactics from Amazon themselves is helping this series sell more books per customer. If Amazon is good at one thing, it's knowing how to set up a sales page to get the maximum purchase, the maximum amount of money from its customers. It's good for them, but it's also good for you too. So make use of all these little extra features that Amazon gives you, like creating things like a series. Now, I did notice that they haven't got any A+ content set up, which I also think is a really powerful tool as well that Amazon gives you, which I think if they did set up some A+ content, it will just help boost their series even further. In addition to their branding, their email marketing will be having a positive effect too. And of course, the Amazon ads, the paid Amazon ads, pulling it all together to keep the series at the top of its niche. I hope that you have enjoyed this deep dive into this series, this publisher, and this brand of books. I personally find looking at other publishers who are seeing success is something that's really inspiring and motivational to me, and I hope that you do too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.